I'm laughing so hard. Hi, welcome. This is another episode of the Sage's Antique Ukulele Swing Radio Hour. I'm laughing hysterically because that song that I was playing for you, I had no idea that I was playing it on the wrong instrument. I don't play that song and that instrument in that position. Why isn't this working? Everything feels unfamiliar. I was transposing it to something completely different. Let's try again. Here we go. A little rough here. They never saw my lover's face. They only know our love was brief, wearing a while, windy grace, and passing like an autumn leaf. They wonder why do not weep. They think it's strange that I can sing. They say our love was scarcely deep, since it is left so slight a stain. Construction. Or maybe they just don't like the ukulele. They wonder why I do not weep. They think it's strange that I can sing. They say our love was scarcely deep, since it is left so slight a stain. They never saw my love, nor knew that in my heart's most secret place I pity them as angels do, men who have never seen God's face. I pity them as angels do, men who have never seen God's face. podcast. My name is Sage Harrington, and I am a ukulele teacher, a songwriting teacher, and I wrote that song called Pity with Sarah Teasdale, a deceased American poet who wrote that poem sometime in the 19-teens or 20s. I can't remember the exact date, but I wrote the music to those words. She's a favorite collaborative partner of mine. And you may hear the neighbors upstairs doing this or that. There was some kind of construction happening during the middle of that song. Pity, a song by Sage Harrington and Sarah Teasdale. Welcome to the podcast. I am so excited to be here. I have my notes here. I wanted to share with you today a lot of exciting stuff that is happening in ukulele swing school land. I have been busying myself with lots of little activities, including creating new series to access on YouTube, including this podcast, which has been revived and which shall be released to you every Wednesday. I'm a little nervous about that because today is Wednesday and I'm recording it on a Wednesday. And after I'm done with this, I will edit the thing together and then release it to you. Oh, the pressure. Oh, the fear. Oh, what if I fail? I'm looking at my outline here. I'm very excited to share lots of things with you. So there's the podcast. And then I also recently started sheet music strum along. Oh, the deliciousness. This is an idea that I have had for a while, and finally now I'm acting upon it. So I started just last week. The idea is I take some old sheet music, especially the old sheet music that contains the ukulele arrangements, and then we just strum through it together. Super simple, super fun. So, I mean, the concept of the video is simple. Sometimes the songs are simple. Sometimes they're more challenging to play. So you can expect more of those. You can find the one that has already been released in its own playlist. Sheet music strum-alongs. Sheet music strum-along is what I'm calling it. And the first installment is Tonight You Belong to Me, a song that I can't seem to get away from. There are more on the way. I do not yet know the next song that I will cover. If you have suggestions or wishes of songs from the 1920s and 30s, especially songs that fit into the great American songbook category, the songs that either became jazz standards or didn't quite become jazz standards. These are the ones I'm extra excited to look at. The ones that either made it into the mainstream of jazz standards or just didn't. Those are the ones that I especially love. And I also love those old novelty tunes from the 1920s and 30s. I'm thinking, as an example, When Your Little Pomeranian Met My Little Pekingese. This is one that I have covered in the past. So this type of world, this is what I am really looking forward to continuing to explore in the sheet music strum along. I forgot the name of the series for a moment there. Yeah, I'm really excited to explore those types of songs in the sheet music strum along with you. And it's a really fun series because I get to share all of these great old images of the sheet music. I am not really one to collect the physical copies of the sheet music for whatever reason, but I love looking at them. I love looking at the texture of the antiques, the sheet music that has been scanned. into a PDF. So I really think, I'm just thinking out loud, I think the reason that I'm not into actually collecting the sheet music is just because I've moved so much over the past 4 or 5 years or so. And now I'm just thinking about a box of sheet music that somebody gave me before I moved continents. Oh, oh, it's so sweet. I wish I could access that. How could I do it? Okay. I'm so excited to explore all this old sheet music and then share the images of the sheet music with you, and then not only just look at it, but also play the songs and make the music come to life with our ukuleles, our voices, etc., etc. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Let's do lots of fun things together. Okay. I have been doing so many little logistical tasks in my small business of ukulele teachering. I have been doing a bunch of behind the scenes stuff, including sexy, writing a welcome sequence for my email list. That's not live yet, but should I even talk about it? I guess maybe it would make more sense from a marketing perspective to talk about it when it's ready. But pretty much, I'll just tell you the plan, because right now you can see a bunch of mini workshops basically. And I'm just writing up a whole thing. So the idea is that you can sign up for my welcome, my email list, and then I will welcome you to the list and give you all of the charts and associated resources that you need to really complete the whole ukulele workshop, so that you'll be able to play 4 all swing tunes on your ukulele by the end. Ah, so exciting. Okay. I want to talk about songwriting. I want to talk about my songwriting mentorship program. And first off, I just want to invite you to sign up for the wait list for my songwriting mentorship program. And then I want to talk a little bit about the mentorship program. So check out the link in the description for the wait list for the songwriting mentorship program, so that you can be the first to know when I actually start opening the spots, and you can sign up for the program and get your name on the list when I announce the dates for it and when I announce that the doors are open. I'm so excited. Okay. So today, what I wanted to do is, so ideally what I would want to do today is do a little mini songwriting workshop with you and get you involved and give you some homework, because songwriting is so fun and so amazing. I proved it to you already. If you need convincing, I proved it to you already with this song at the beginning of the show, right? I super duper love collaborating with people, such as my ongoing, I jokingly refer to it as a long distance collaboration with Sarah Teasdale, because she has, of course, passed. She was writing in the 19-teens, the 1920s, I think perhaps also into the 1930s. And then I also really loved collaborating with my contemporaries, musicians who I, sit with either in a room or in a Zoom room and then we can make some beautiful things happen. So here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give you a rundown of the type of songwriting workshop that I love to teach when I am usually when I teach this, I'm within the context of a ukulele festival. And so it's a bunch of ukulele players who are coming together, who are curious about songwriting, and some people have experience and some people don't. So I have taught this workshop over and over and over again, and I had some like extra magical songwriting workshop experiences this past year. And so this is a little bit of an experiment because I'm teaching to the void. So it lacks a little bit of that, a little bit, I think completely lacks an immediate back and forth. But what I hope is that you will share your experience with me in the comments. So here's what I start off with. I start off with an exercise that was created by Pat Pattison. I may be adding a letter, taking away a letter, and then it Pattison. He wrote a book called Writing Better Lyrics and developed an exercise which he teaches in the book called object writing. And the idea is that you start your day off with writing in sense-based language about an object. And so you can go to objectwriting.com, and I will link to it in the description below. And this is a website that I think Pattison came up with. It's very simple. It gives you an object. It gives you a timer. He suggests writing on this using sense-based language, writing on a prompt using sense-based language for 10 minutes. And usually for me, that's one side of notebook paper. And I just fill the paper up. Today, the prompt, I was so annoyed by it. Wait, let me say one more thing about the object writing website. It's really nice. I really prefer it to if I go to like a random noun generator, it's just not. I just like don't like the prompts as much. The prompts aren't as good. So I really like going to this object writing website because the prompts are designed for this exercise, and they're just like richer, better prompts. So today's prompt, even though it's like a good prompt, it still annoyed me because I was like, all right, I don't really want to write about this, but I wrote about it anyway. The object was chisel, and then the idea is that you write on this, coming back to the 5 senses or 7. So we have, now's the point where I gotta remember what the senses are. Okay, so I'll just write, help me. This is the point at which the workshop becomes interactive. So what are the 5 senses? Smell, touch, taste, hearing, seeing. Okay, so those are the 5 senses, and then the 2 bonus ones are organic, what you feel in your guts. Is there like a swooping sensation in your stomach? Is there like something's happening inside of your body? I don't know, your throat is, there's a lump in your throat or something. And then kinesthetic, the way that your body moves through space. Are you a ballerina and are you twirling? Are you like, I don't know. Are you like, what, how does your body move through space? How does it feel as it's moving through space? Okay, those are the 7 ones that Pat Pattison suggests constantly coming back to, because in your songwriting, as in your poetry writing, you're always attempting to show, not tell, to bring your reader, your listener, deeply into some kind of profound and evocative experience. And so this is an exercise that will get you there. And so, yeah. So basically, I did my object writing today. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. I'm giving myself all the gold stars. So I basically just have like a complete wall of text here in my notebook. And so I've outlined like some of the, this is so scary, y'all. I'm just like sharing my notebook with you to like all of YouTube, any of YouTube that wants to see it. What the heck? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Wow, the terror. Okay, so all of this, I'm just stalling because I'm afraid of doing this next part, which is just like what I'm doing. This is the next part of our songwriting workshop. You with me? I'm just demonstrating. So I'm just like pulling phrases that I like from what I wrote. So did I say what the prompt was? Today it was chisel. And I was like, But somehow chisel brings me back into my childhood, and I feel the soft, warm scent. Soft, warm scent of wood chips. Because it brought to mind my grandfather's woodworking studio. Would you call it a studio? In the basement. So there's like the scent of wood that has been carved away or sanded away. I just wish that I could. I'm not sure if I'm achieving that, but I would love to get that like delicious kind of smell. I have and sandpaper. So right now I'm just kind of like transcribing some highlights from my notes. I don't know if any of these are worthy of being lyrics. We'll see. We'll just see. We'll see how it goes. So I have the sandpaper, the steamy boiling of corn, It's just like free associating memories. Chisel, dangerous instrument, reminded me of another dangerous kitchen utensil, a mandolin, which like you can use to slice the kernels off of corn. Very dangerous. Formative memory of my mother using one of these. So we have the sweet corn that's boiling. We have the slipping slice of the mandolin. Do I even want to write that down? Maybe not. I think it's really evocative, though. The deck piled high with green husks and silk. I really do like this. The deck piled high with green husks and silk. There was like this friend of ours who had a sweet corn patch, and we were invited to harvest sweet corn. And so it was just like so much sweet corn, the whole the height of a person, of like the green husk of sweet corn and the silk of the sweet corn, and then my mom processing it all, and then she slices her hand on the final ear of sweet corn using the mandolin. And then I just continued like free associating all of this stuff. Other aspects of other memories, other aspects of my life. I don't know if I want to get into I wrote this down, 12 years, a crowbar. Crowbar is something about, I'm not even sure really where I'm going with this. A crowbar, I don't know. This is something about, I can't explain all of it. And this whole thing is like, this whole video at this point is getting so much longer than I really even intended to. Okay, so right now I have a bunch of stuff. Is any of it lyrics? I have no idea. We've done phase 1. We've done the free writing. We've done phase 2 also. We've done like pulling some stuff from the free writing, but pulling out some gems. Do I want to call any of these gems? I'm not sure. I'm adding in some more things. Taking. I don't know. Anything else I want to add in? I also highlighted... How could you? Okay. How could you? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So after we kind of like harvest some little gems, then we see what happens. And this is the part of the podcast that I'm worried about because it might be the part where I'm just silently staring at text. And is that very interesting to watch? I don't know. We'll see. This is where I would love to hear thoughts from you. What should we do with this? Is it sparking any more ideas? Okay. So here is maybe, because I'm personally like, get a little like, stressed out or tired by this point of like words. I might go to the ukulele at this point and just like bring in a little bit of like a 1-4-5. It's nice and simple, nice and low pressure. These are Roman numerals. If we're in the key of C, it's just going to be these chords here. I don't want to get too much into the theory of it right now, but if C is the 1, we're just going to keep counting until we get to 5. So we have C is the 1, 2, 3, 4 is F, so A, B, C, D, E, F, and then G is the 5. The 5 sounds good with a 7 on it as well. Let's just leave it at this for now. So basically, I'm going to make like a grid. You don't have to do this grid. This is just one of many ways you could do this. I'm getting ahead of myself here a little bit with the second one. So, I have 8 bars, and I want to fill in the 8 bars. It's pretty safe to start with a 1. I don't know. Let's end with a 5. I'm going to do this too because oftentimes people want to change every bar. I don't actually need you to change every bar. I'm just going to do this. This is all kind of random. I mean, random in the sense of I know what this is going to sound like. Okay, so I've like filled in my 8 bars. I'm starting off with 2 bars of C, 2 bars of F, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G7, and I really like that this G7 is going to lead us back in. I'm just going to decide that we're going to go with an A, and then we're going to do B. This is the B. That's what I was starting with. We're going to do A, and then we're going to do B, and then finally, surprise, going back to an A again. Okay, so, but before I get into the B, actually, I think we should play through the A part. The A part is going to be 8 bars. I'm pausing a little because I'm like, what other information do you need to know? Are you familiar with the A, B, A structure? this is it. If you have questions, put them in the comments. An AABA structure is usually a 32 bar structure, and you have 8 bars that you label the A. The A is the same or almost the same every time. And the B is 8 bars. That's different. That's all. Not too complicated. I'm just going to play through these 8 bars of A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, and now we're on the F chord. You can play along with me. And then we have a C, and now we have the G7. And then ending on the C. So this is all like of course you can add in more chords if you want more chords. You don't have to put them in this order. You could. This is your rodeo. This is just like, this is random. I don't know what the results are going to be. We'll see if the results are good. Okay, so now I'm gonna take like this. I'm gonna take this, and then I'm gonna put it in the A part. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, y'all. So I'm actually going to remove this sandpaper because there's kind of like a mirroring. This like the soft warm sense of wood chips, the steamy boiling of corn. I don't know. It feels like it's setting up something. So I wanted to take away those extra words so that there's like a rhythm that's happening. So now I'm kind of zooming ahead to the point where I'm both, because I feel comfortable with this. What I would do in the workshop is like work out a melody first. I mean, it does happen in tandem with the chords. Basically, I'm like speeding along the process a little bit for the purpose of this presentation. So I'm going to probably start singing on a C because we're in the key of C. The soft. And then I would invite you to like go up or go down. Are you going to go up or are you going to go down? The soft warm scent of wood chips and the steamy boiling of corn. I really feel compelled to change this chord progression. So I am going to continue playing 2 bars per chord, but I'm going to, instead of going back to the C, I'm going to go to a G7. I don't know how any of this is going to work. Okay, I'm removing this, and now my A part is different. I'm actually going to delete that. Okay. Oh, look, I'll also do this. I really love the formatting. I'm just thinking in terms of like, oh, eventually this is going to be an audio podcast too. And this is maybe not going to translate so well to the audio version. Come over to YouTube if you are in the future and you are listening to this just audio only. Here we go. The soft warm scent of wood chips, the steamy boiling of corn, deck piled high with green husks and silk, I was born. Yeah. Okay, so I'm I'm just like gonna show you what I'm doing here. I'm rewriting the chord progression. Yeah, so we're changing to the 5 here, the G7, because I want to. and then we do this. So, because I was really feeling this. Also, I'm feeling a rhyme coming on. So we have 2 bars of C on the first line of lyrics, 2 bars of F on the second line of lyrics, and then we have 2 bars of G7, third line of lyrics. Then we have something that's empty. We have a C, and then we're going to end on G7. And then I think I feel a rhyme coming on. So we have corn and like blah, blah. What rhymes with corn? What rhymes with corn? Born. I think because so much of this imagery that I was coming up with is like childhood memories. Something where I was born. And then let's see how much space we have to fill in. The deck piled high with green husks and silk, da ba da ba, where I was born. The deck piled high with green husks and silk, a memory of where I was born. The memory of where I was born. So this isn't really what I want to say. I don't really want to say the memory of where I was born. I'm writing it down because it's a placeholder. Because it matches the number of syllables and then also the emphasis. There's a word that's escaping me. The stresses of these words fall on the correct syllables in the way that I would want them to, but the meaning of it is not really going where I'm intending. So I want to say it's more like the green fields of. I don't know if this is good. The green fields of. The green fields of where I was born. Because I just said green husks. I don't know that I want to say green again. But I want to evoke the cornfields. Oh, should I say cornfields? No, I said corn earlier. The waving wheat, waving fields. There's some kind of field. I want a modifier for the field. I don't know what the modifier is. Green is not really doing it for me. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to play through it again. Play it with me. Are you ready? Also, if you're just like staring at your screen and you're like, say this instead. I want you to write this down. Put it in the comment. Tell me what the lyrics should be. Tell me. Okay. The soft, warm scent of wood chips, the steamy boiling of corn, the deck piled high with green husks and silk, the fields of where I was born. What kind of fields? How are the fields? They're green. The fields are green. They're vast. They're just so big and flat. They're big and flat. The big flat fields of where I was born. I wasn't born, for honesty's sake. I was not born. I was not born near green fields. I mean, maybe I was, but not near these particular green fields I grew up there. What I'm saying is I grew up in rural Ohio. That's what I'm trying to say, but I was not born in rural Ohio. So I'm thinking of the green fields that stretch, the stretching field. No. Okay. This is like the type of thing that I could spend a lot more time on, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to zoom along and I'll leave it for editing later. I'm going to leave this type of thing for editing later and just sort of like I just want to give an overview of like what would happen next. So I'm going to kind of like leave that. Or I don't know, like I could also change the green husks to something else. Okay, but let me just talk about the pattern of what what has happened so far. So we started off with a chord progression, and then upon playing it, altered it a little bit because I it wasn't doing exactly the thing that I wanted it to do for me. And we have 8 bars, and it starts on the 1 and it ends on the 5, which is great for when the next A part comes around because the 5 leads really, really nicely to the 1. So this G7 chord leads really beautifully to the 1. And then we filled in a whole section of lyrics. Holy shit balls, that's amazing. I'm like, wait, am I allowed to curse on this show? Am I? Who knows? Okay, so then the next thing to do would be to fill in more of the scene. Or to fill in the lyrics for the next A part, like what are we talking about? Where are we going from here? What else do we want to say? And then, excuse me as I give myself more space here. Then we have a B part. And then we do the same thing. So then we fill in some chords for the B part, and then the lyrics, probably like all this very like angsty, I don't know, this is my preteen angst coming out. Yeah, why? How could you, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what I'm saying in any of this, but maybe all of this angsty stuff goes into the B part, and then I put some angsty chords over it, and then in the end, we have something. I think I don't want to actually do any more with this here with you, but I would definitely like to invite you to try out object writing. And then, dang, it would be so fun. It would be so fun to do this kind of workshop with you. For sure. I would love to make that happen somehow. So, okay, so if I'm your songwriting teacher, your songwriting mentor, I am giving you homework, and your homework is do the object writing exercise, use the object writing website, which I will link to below, and then do the exercise. Do some object writing. Here is the here's the object writing exercise. So here are the 7 senses, and then today's prompt was chisel. So write for 10 minutes and use sense-based language. That is my assignment to you as your songwriting mentor. And then the second assignment, if you want to sign up for the songwriting mentorship program waiting list, sign up for the songwriting mentorship program waiting list. I did want to take the link to the songwriting mentorship program waiting list is in the description. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the previous work that I have done with, can I retroactively call them songwriting mentees? Songwriting students? It feels funny to put that label on after the fact. But basically, I have worked with people in a one-on-one context as a songwriting, not only songwriting collaborator, of course, but also as a songwriting teacher, a songwriting mentor. And I just wanted to talk about like some of my favorite parts about it and why is like so good. So I've worked one-on-one with people, helping them write their ukulele albums and then also arrange them in preparation for recording. And so like what I really love about this is like, especially during the writing process in particular, is like this kind of eye rolling phase that happens sometimes, because sometimes I'm thinking of like one person in particular who wrote something that was like she was just like, oh, the song, I don't know. Sometimes I've had this experience of like writing something and it's just like, well, this isn't what I was expecting it was going to be. This is like something kind of feels like it's going sideways. And then the thing that you thought it was going to be one way, and then all of a sudden everything feels like really ridiculous and over the top. And I don't know. I'm thinking in terms of like I wrote a song that I'm trying to remember which album it showed up on, but I wrote a song called Soap Floats just because I thought it was funny that it rhymed with Hope Floats, which was that movie from the 90s. And it was just a song. Soap floats in the bathtub, soap floats in the sink, soap floats in the wash basin. Why is that, you think? I didn't even, like, that's not even true. Like the soap, someone came to me after hearing me sing this in a live show, and they were like, I was so sad when I put the soap in the water and it sank to the bottom. So I really love, what am I saying? I really love when there's just like just the delight that can come from like writing something that you're kind of exasperated by, because it's just like silly. It's just silly and fun. Love it. I love it. I also love like presenting someone with a structure or a way of getting into songwriting, and and then getting chaotic results. So what I mean by that is like, even if you don't follow the structure or the assignment that I've given you, you're still coming out with a song at the end of that. And maybe that's like a delightful thing that you love. Maybe it's a song that you love. And you can always like try for the structure again the next time. I've done this over and over again in my own songwriting, like trying to go for like, for example, something that shows up a lot in tunes that were written in the 1920s and 30s is that oftentimes there will be a verse that then sets up something that happens in the chorus. And then oftentimes the chorus is the part that then becomes the jazz standard. I did a podcast on this on, I think, please, I don't know if I talked about this on a podcast, but Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone, for example, has a verse. Years we've been together, seems we can't get along. Everything I do, double back to you. But I'm right or I'm wrong. Basically, I can't remember all of the words right now, but it's basically setting up the breakup that then is revealed in the please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, though our friendship ceases from now on. So, in attempting to write something in the style of here's a verse that you maybe do with a free tempo, and then it like comes into a jazzy chorus where the tempo then, you got a groove happening. You just you try. You do your best. The results are they don't always come out the way that you expect them to or even want them to, but then you you have a song. You have a song at the end of it, and then you can try again. It's just a delightful thing. I'm looking at my notes here, and I wrote down ordering chaos. I think what I mean by that is that creating order out of chaos, like the way that I felt once I had pulled those phrases from my object writing exercise, it's like, okay, there's something here and I like aspects of it, and how can I then organize it into a structure that I can then call a song. And that can be really challenging, but it's also really exciting and really fun. Songwriting is a magical thing. And then also being a mentor. Being a teacher, I really try to do a lot of like offering tools. I try to offer tools and offer my expertise without explicitly being a co-writer or having my own agenda. So basically, like, it's I'm trying to give you things like some clear direction and some clear focus of like what you could do in order to basically, I wrote down the word gravitate. What is it that you find yourself gravitating towards? So I was trying to work in the word gravitate into that sentence, and it was just too complicated. So what is it that you're gravitating towards? And I try to give the structure that you would need in order to do that. So like, what's appropriate for the song itself that also fits in with your particular preferences? Okay, dang. I have been going now, talking about songwriting for almost an hour. And I think I'm going to leave it here. There's more that I want to say, and I want to talk more about the mentorship program itself and the way, like what it is that I'm offering inside of it, because I am so excited to give this type of support to more than one person at a time, and also create a community around the experience. Because what I've done before is just work with people one-on-one, which is super valuable, but I'm also really excited to create a community container so that there can be more creativity that happens and more of a I'm trying to think of the word, like fertile communication grounds that happen with all of this. I'm just like really excited for the songs that are going to come out of this. I'm really excited for the friendships that are going to come out of this. I'm really excited for all of the delightful relationships that are going to come out of this. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be beautiful. If you are intrigued about the songwriting mentorship program, I would love if you put yourself on the wait list. Get on the wait list for my songwriting mentorship program so that you can write your ukulele album in 2026 and be the first to know when the doors are opening. The link to get on the wait list is in the description. Comment below and let me know if you do the object writing. I would love to hear from you. Okay. I hope you have a lovely week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. See you.